home, away from the group, there are other aspects of adolescent behavior that are annoying to parents. Mother may have other opinions of what looks best at home, but of course, Mother has old-fashioned ideas.
You're not solely my...
Hello and welcome.
We are back.
Yes, it's been a while since we've done a stream, and we're in a new home now, our original home, back on YouTube. So it's time for another classic book hunt. We did a read write this week. We just put it out minutes ago, really. And now we're going to look for our next book to do a classic episode on. So last time we observed that the books were back.
Yep, the books are back.
Yeah, let's see if that still holds true.
Yes.
Because
what can happen is it's flooded with non-books.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call them. Copy-paste books.
Yeah,
type
it
books,
could go
computer books.
all the way to the other extent, day by day, really. Sometimes the books are back, and sometimes they're there at all.
I really thought Amazon was dead a few weeks ago. Like, there's just no way you could pull anything out of it. And we spent ages looking for books, and we couldn't find anything. But the books seem to be back.
Yeah.
The books seem to be back.
Yeah. So we're going to get right into it here. Get this going. Now, immediately when I go up on here, I see Wild Spirit, a coastal Caribbean adventure. That's another coastal book.
Yeah, that's coastal intrigue, coastal crimes, coastal Caribbean adventures.
Yeah, we're big maritime fans.
Yes, obviously that's a good sign. That's a good start. And I was wondering, actually, it's got the full moon in that. It's got the full moon in the corner, so maybe there's some sort of shifting going on.
Oh, it could be. Let's check it out.
A haunting disappearance, a wicked secret, a ghastly crime. Now, if this doesn't include a shift, I would be very surprised.
Unfortunately, there is no look inside feature.
Which spells ill for me.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going, because we got our coastal fill, really, recently.
Yeah. What? Two coastal intrigue books in one season, that's too much for anybody. The hookup. Now, the one thing that you're consistently treated to as you scroll Amazon these days is a very nice looking model males. Who may or may not be billionaires or cowboys or
shifters
simply
themselves.
billionaires, shifters, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a couple 5-star books here. It's not really what we're looking for.
I miss you. Alphas love big curves.
Now, actually,
they do love them.
What I see here is that the Christmas books are coming back.
Yeah, well, it's about that time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
about 3 months before Christmas.
That's when you put out your Christmas book. That's that's just common sense.
I suppose we will be doing another Christmas special.
Yes, well, it did come around awfully quick this time, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
It's been a crazy year.
Well, we've got some vampire books. Got some
Savage Saints MC. Savage Saints MC, original gangsters box set, a curvy girl motorcycle club romance series. Savage Saints MC box set book 3.
I just love reading the names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forbidden Daddy. Daddy Knows Best book 3.
Yes. We all know about Forbidden Dead.
Bride for a Soldier Bear.
Like every time we go in here, we just have to like skip through a couple pages.
A flighty fake. A flighty fake boyfriend?
Fake boyfriend.
A small town age gap.
Fake boyfriend, gay romance.
Gay romance. Men of St. Nachos, book 2. War Brides. Can we look at War Brides, please?
It does have a great cover.
Can we get a closer... no sneak peek.
No sneak
You're
peek.
serious? You can't...
Stingy on the sneak peeks these days.
It's crazy.
I'm going to have to give that one a pass.
Yeah.
Hugs and
Hugs and
quiches.
quiches. Oh my god.
Get it? Hugs and kisses.
Quiches.
Like kisses.
Yeah, it's like kisses, but it's
Yeah.
quiches.
No,
Starting
look inside.
Starting over was meant to be a new beginning. Wow, what a line. Though for Zoe Cooper and Amelia Hughes, was the very first step toward their happy ending. Been a year since Zoe Cooper packed up her daughter and fled her abusive husband.
She just packed her up.
Yeah, you pack her into a bag and you take her with you with only the clothes on her back. Obviously, so, well, at least a backpack, right? You got to put the kid in there. But life as a waitress, food blogger,
Oh, yes.
and roommate to her supportive mother has turned into a holding pattern, and her dream of launching her own catering company and cooking school feels like just another fairy tale ending.
This is a high
When
stakes.
she's no Cinderella.
Wow. That's, well, there's no look inside, so we can't actually assess the writing here.
The author has blue hair. That's a
Good sign.
that's a red flag for me.
Rise up, believe in God when the world is falling apart. Yeah, no look inside. This is
Click.
intentional praise reveals a faith that believes in God's goodness above any sorrow we may face. But
Slow
what
your
if?
breathing, quiet your mind, release your anxiety, transform your troubled heart. All before voicing a concern to the Lord, it all starts with intentional praise.
Praise him.
Adventures in the B-movie trade. Beautifully blue, Candid Crush. The cop romance.
This guy looks unproportionate. He looks like the Hulk. The Mercenary Next Door, Rogues and Rescues, book 2.
When
The books have disappeared again.
Shifters Control. To dream of you, daughter of Isis. My sexy pumpkin, sweet small town romance. Well, at least it's not like that's more like okay, you know that doesn't sound as despicable as like you know
My
the mercenary next door, you know,
forbidden daddies.
Forbidden daddies.
I kind of want to check out Daughter of Isis.
Sunday Elm has the sight. Creatures from a parallel universe visit her unannounced, compounding everyday anxieties and making for strange house guests. After an accident, claims Sunday's father.
Oh, Sunday is the name of the character.
All right. The boundaries between this world and other world blur without him to shield her. When Sunday meets a mysterious man with the sight, she learns that the recent deaths of fellow seers could be linked to something more sinister. Together with the strange group of newfound companions, Sunday is pitched into unraveling a high-stakes mystery before her own name reaches the top of Death's list.
I'm gonna put this in the maybe
Can
category.
we? There's no look inside. Is it just
No.
a? Can you? No.
I don't know if it's like something wrong with us or. Let's see here.
Erotica vampires.
Doesn't get more straightforward than that.
Bossy.
Okay, let's get off like recent releases here and get into like a genre. So what did we do last time? We did sci-fi. So what should we look for?
Let's go for a. Can we do like a crime, like something like that? Maybe a noir crime, 1950s.
You're in the spirit. How do you actually search for that?
Well, I would
Mystery.
assume it's thriller and suspense. Well, but we're already good here, I think.
A mystery.
Secrets, Ready or Not. Secrets book 2. Nah.
Just Say No.
Just Say No. Joe Walker series book 1. A Diagnosis of Murder.
Rigged for Murder.
Rigged for her. Can we look at either one of those two? Parachutes and ladders.
Who will you trust? You wanted to look at one of these?
Yeah.
What about just say no?
Yeah.
It's 1964.
1984?
1984, and the kids of Deerfield High are not taking First Lady Nancy Reagan's advice to just say no to drugs seriously.
A popular cheerleader overdoses on heroin in a school bathroom and survives. Oh. A star athlete overdoses shortly afterwards and is not so lucky. The hot girl can't die. The other guy can.
How can this? Who else will the scrawny, unattractive male MC?
Kids at high school just do heroin. They just pop heroin.
Yeah. Skip.
They gotta find the dope dealer.
Yeah.
A fiery end. Die Fiona Williams mystery. Give me that.
I'm kind of intrigued.
Driving home late one night. Is it D Fiona?
It's gotta be Die.
Die Fiona Williams comes across a vehicle engulfed in flames. The driver is at the wheel, oblivious to the inferno surrounding him. He's oblivious to the inferno? I'm calling a what? What's going on? So there is no explanation for why the vehicle was on the road. Really? There's no reason why a vehicle could be on the road? Or why the quiet tradesman was murdered in such a macabre way. The only witnesses to the fire claims she saw nothing. So she's not a witness? Oh, what's going on? The only witness didn't see anything.
Whatever she did see goes to the grave with her when she is brutally strangled.
Frustration grows when the driver's daughter disappears. Okay. With time running out to find the daughter alive, Fiona is drawn into a web of powerful men, determined to keep their deadly games secret.
These webs, they're everywhere, and there's powerful
She's
men.
juggling a family crisis. Her boss could be corrupt. Her judgment is hampered by her attraction to the man central to everything.
Oh, there it is.
Please, can we look at this?
We can't. For some reason, these books don't have the look inside.
What is going on?
I don't know if that's on our end or Amazon's thing. Keep it open. Wife attempted murder. Night dark, Atlantic Midnight Sun Island. A novel suspense and thriller dark humor. That's got to be one of these like fake.
Yeah, it definitely is because like no one puts that little effort into making like a cover title.
So we keep looking. Then My Precious Wife, Sepia series book 2. I do want to get into like a mystery. This book is just called Red. Fantasy. Taken, a Gabby Gerard mystery. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea.
I'm not seeing any look inside feature on my
Must
thing.
be Amazon. This book is called Building Fence.
Building Fence. Young veterinarian Emmy Callahan has inherited a ranch with conditions. She must stock the place with cattle and must reside in the decrepit ranch house with its resident rodents and reptiles and its skeleton. Most importantly, she must solve a string of murders before she becomes the next victim.
Okay,
wow.
I'm going to download this one.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Building
Fence.
That sounds so weird. Check out the author.
Tepid Death, The Edge of Society. Not quite forgotten. Cross in the Crosshairs. Cross in the Crosshairs.
It's got 4.5 stars.
Operation Niner Tango.
It was supposed to be a simple matter. It didn't even warrant a special operation name like Operation Red Wings or Operation Snow Leopard.
Not like those two operations.
For Sergeant Major Z.T. Rowan, faith has always been his constant. But can his faith protect him from the demons in his memory?
Oh my
This one's got to look inside. That's just like background stuff. Let's get into the story here.
In 2 weeks, the 19-year-old Marine had gone from fresh-faced schoolboy to combat-hardened veteran.
In 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks!
So when the beat-up Toyota truck pulled up at the gate at 0300, his pulse rose only slightly.
It looked like one of the trucks driven by the locals. This is awful writing. But the voice emitted from the driver who stepped out of the cab, parked 15 feet from the main camp entrance, was definitely American. Oh my God,
is this so the bad. Marine camp? Wow, this is promising.
Yeah, I think we've got a winner on this author, but I want to pick.
So we've seen building fence. We want to see. Are there other books? What about Tepid Death? They've all got the same like gray cover.
All right, you stick with something good.
Collection of mysteries. No, I don't want that. The Edge of Society.
Shortly after the appearance of a homeless teenage cowboy in rural Kansas community, a deadly contagious livestock disease breaks out on a local ranch. How many ranches are in this shit? The feds know that the pathogen can only have been imported in an act of terrorism. Can his friendship with a gruff old veterinarian... How many veterinarians are in these stories? And a local preacher. It's like someone that is like literally growing up in a small town and is like, okay, so there's a vet, a preacher, and a cop. And like all of his stories are just revolving around the same like... What other jobs could a town have? The Captured. Brennan's Odyssey.
Oh, that does
Brennan's
sound good.
Odyssey.
Set in the present-day American High Plains, Brennan's Odyssey is the story of Mosiah Brennan. Brennan only wants to be a cowboy, but life just hasn't worked out that way.
Now he's going to be a veterinarian.
Follow his journey as he goes from being a cook on an outdated ranch to a nursemaid for a dysfunctional urban Texas family transplanted to rural Kansas. Brennan manages to keep...
How can someone deal with their Texas lifestyle in this rural Kansas area?
Yeah, that's High Plains fiction, guys.
Can we get the pink books?
These are all cowboy convergent trails.
Jim Rassin, Doctor of Veterinarian Murder. Oh, did you see the title? It's Doctor of Veterinarian Medicine /out murder.
Oh.
This vet's a murderer.
Let's check out the authoress. She's a horse cow. She's a rancher. Recently widowed in a tragic ranching accident. Shiloh Bennett, DVM, opens a clinic in Tyler County, Kansas. Yeah, it's like you said. It's like this lady like knows a veterinarian and lives on a ranch, and those are like the only two building blocks.
Her imagination is so small. Like,
as is typical in rural towns, she is related to several locals: a drug abuser, the county prosecutor, and a convicted felon.
It's always like the vet, the cop,
yeah, it's the same people.
The candle maker.
Now someone is pruning branches off Bennett's family tree. With
the help of an oversized Kansas trooper, she has to figure out who it is before she becomes the next downed limb. What? That's a bizarre way to say that. I urged my horse over the ridge at a dead run. When I reached the summit, I spied my husband, Jim Bennett. His third loop finally settled over the head of the rangy black cow, and his horse were now being led on the chase at top speed. For the past month, we had fought to keep the Angus cross bovine in the correct pasture. When she wasn't jumping fences into the neighbor's pasture, she was grazing in the ditches along the roadway. Last night, the old biddy hadn't been content to roam the roadways by herself, but had knocked down a section of the fence and led the entire herd of 67 cows and 2 bulls onto the highway.
This
oh
is
my God! 5
like,
years ago this happened.
This is someone's idea of like what's
a good deed. Those errant bovines. returning to his large California district after surviving a plane crash, school superintendent and competitive runner Mike Sands finds himself embroiled in a high-stakes scandal. Running has always been Mike's escape, but can he outrun a killer?
364 pages on
That's
that.
That's too much.
But let's check out the one we downloaded.
I'm gonna pitch you a story, Brady. Right? I've just got it coming.
It's
in my
about
head.
errant bovines.
You've got a English teacher who, former veterinarian and English teacher, living on
a junkie.
living on a ranch, and she has to team up with an oversized
bovine
superintendent, and they before they become the next victims of the murderer.
It's always High Plains fiction.
Building fence.
That's like the prologue. This is what was this one about? This was about the skeleton.
The skeletons in the closet, staying on a ranch, and something you have to do before you become a skeleton.
Oh, having read the intro to her other book, I think it's going to be extremely boring.
Yeah, I think they're all going to be extremely boring.
Let's keep going then.
Drug Empire Part 2.
Why not?
17 pages? Come on.
Give us a good mystery. We want something that's really gonna... Operation Opera Cozy's Julie and Travis mystery. The Secret Adversary. Oh, Agatha Christie.
She just uploaded this book.
The Church.
The Secret Adversary. These are fake books.
Those are fake books.
Trap. Thriller short story.
What about this? Do not open.
Do not open. Wow. Okay. I won't. The small town of Crescent City, Iowa thought it was well prepared for the coming winter months and slew of holidays. Clem and Bernie Walker had lived there all their lives and thought they had seen every kind of disaster the season could bring, from ice storms to unwelcome relatives. Nothing could have prepared them for the trouble that descended on the town this year when a mysterious special delivery showed up at the local bank. Quickly tucked away in a safety deposit box, it sat there all but forgotten, weaving its dark spell. Soon horrible things began to happen all over town. Would Clem and Bernie learn its dark secret in time to save Crescent City and themselves?
Oh my god, that sounds awful.
Do not open. Okay, I won't.
Mahua. When Rhea finds out that her friend is in danger, she sets out on a quest to protect her. Is it as simple as it seems, or is there an underlying mystery that needs to be uncovered? Who is Muaha, and what does she want from Rhea? I don't know.
No idea.
You gotta give me something. You gotta give me something tasty to like latch onto. Like, that I actually want to know what the mystery is first. We're not finding much luck here, to be honest. Shall we readjust our amateur sleuths genre?
Amateur sleuths. A ghost on Cozy Mountain? Cozy Mountain Mysteries. I like that. I'll give it a... We can go. The resort at Cozy Mountain has always enjoyed great prosperity, primarily through buying or destroying anything that gets in their way. Damn. That's not what I thought that was going to be at the end. Fleeing her unhappy marriage, wealthy socialite Blythe Buffington has returned to Cozy Mountain.
No, that can't be true.
Yeah, to Cozy Mountain to visit her invalid mother.
Her invalid mother.
After being harassed by her spoiled daughter, greedy first husband, and multiple buyers vying for her family home, Blythe discovers she may be flat broke. What's a former debutante to do? Jesus Christ! What, that story was all over the place. Like, what's going on?
I mean, it's some sweet old lady. I don't know if she's sweet. I don't know her personally.
You just assumed that.
Yeah.
Wait. There was dogs. I want to see the dogs. Cindy Bell.
A tangled murder.
A tangled murder.
House. Cozy mystery.
Cozy mysteries. Well, I think Cindy Bell's the same lady. Is it?
No, it's someone else.
That can't be a coincidence that you have two cozy mysteries.
Yeah, dog.
Well, that does look like a cozy mystery.
This looks
USA Today best-selling author Cindy Bell.
This looks like a kid's story, but kids' stories wouldn't be about murder.
Come on, kids. Let's see who brutally murdered this lady.
An orchid to die for. Costa Rica cozy mystery.
What?
Why? Okay, let's backtrack a little bit.
Let's go.
We've never done like a legal book.
I cannot imagine that, like someone. Manatee Murders was illegal. Spent a lot of time in court. Let's try fiction. Literature and fiction. Then we can go. What's woman's fiction? What is that?
I mean,
is it just romance?
Gotta
stuff?
be.
Yeah. It's disappointing, isn't it? Books just for women only feature a man on the front.
Those horny women.
Yeah. So disappointing.
Yeah.
Like, it's so disappointing.
The books have fled. Let's do like.
Let's just go back into fantasy and sci-fi. Please.
The classic. At least we know there's someone there making something with an idea.
Weave Point Null. Empyrean Phantasm. Oh, 600 pages.
Jesus, let's not even give it a chance.
Wine Dark Deep.
Witching with dolphins.
What? Harper's best friend, Valerie, is everything she is not. Beautiful, confident, and the most powerful witch on Banks Peninsula. Together they run the coffee shop La Petite
Sorcerie.
and keep the balance between magic, people, and the environment. Jesus Christ.
This is all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Fated incubus desires. The knot at the end of the rope. Other short stories. Hole Punch. Hole Punch is the height of the Earth Empire, where war bricks flatten alien civilizations. Yorkshire, 1985, where a child's mind is patched together with trauma. Ancient Greece, where Socrates discovers a carnal method of time travel. Mars 2348, where crime and terror haunt the Martian habilitation domes.
What?
The Mistakes Skull, where muscle society achieves self-destruction. Oh my god, what is this? Within the tangled text of Hole Punch. Damn.
Who is this man? He looks fucked, man.
I'm interested.
Let's look inside.
I love just below that there was a suggestion for Jim Henderson.
Really?
Yeah.
Hole Punch. Where is it? Yeah. Where is it?
I don't see it.
Old Punch.
Yeah, there it is. Can we just review Ghost Rider again? We have other great books in here that we haven't even looked at.
Yeah, like God Plague.
Yeah. Excel's Secret.
That's the one with the book trailer. Why is it taking so long?
Got a lot of jelly in that donut.
Old Punch. What am I looking at?
Sewing thing, is that sewing machine things going into like
a bit of face?
It's cool. It's got more effort in it than most other things we see.
It kind of creeps me out.
It is kind of creepy. It's not like
Britain's next bestseller.
Confident. Published in 2020 by Britain's next bestseller. It's like a company.
My mum, friends, brothers, and the dead.
Jeez. What is that?
Mum sways me in her arms and sings hushy bye, boo. What?
I opened my eyes and shit myself.
Why? And what is that? The mistake stares up at the nothing sky, vast, empty, and full of nothing. The mistake feels rubbish and small. What? You are rubbish and small, said the voice inside the mistake's head, except for your big stupid head.
This is big brain stuff. This is like massive brain shit. You gotta be galaxy brain to understand this artistic stuff.
Nothing is the same color as empty. I fucking hate this already.
It's so bad.
This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. The human empire slave masters stand black-suited and big-gunned behind the Ukatraxi in the underground mines of their native world of Ukatrax. Dig faster, that's right, dig harder. Her body bristles with USB implants plugged into all the latest sensations. All the latest
USB implants.
All the latest news and blood sports.
They use USB for that.
This is just some pretentious bullshit.
That's hilariously pretentious.
How fucking long is this too? Oh my god.
Wow.
Aha, laughed Socrates, slapping the thigh of the very confused Ambrosio as they lay in bed back in ancient Athens. That was a big bang, all right. Fancy doing that again sometime? Not in 14 billion years, grumbled Ambrosio. Baldy, Fatty, and Perverty all worked at their local abattoir in the village of Goatbridge. Can you explain like what it is I'm looking at here?
It's avant-garde.
Just bullshit. I don't want people to write stuff like that. Like, it's a waste of time. Hole punch. Fuck you.
At least it's different. Anyone gets points in my book for not doing shifter romance. Super nice guy, a curvy girl, romance, hot nerds of the hero complex, book one. These words they mashed together. I find it ever impressing. Like
an axis of eagle. That's gotta be so like
clever. It's so clever.
This is gonna be like 11 the time of scorpions. Like America is bad. At the turn of the 2020s. Tensions pushed the National Socialist Bloc and the free world to the brink of conflict. The looming disappearance of oil and the cooling of diplomatic relations do not bode well since the victory of the Third Reich in 1945. That looks like.
Four wins. The flight to the finish.
Oh yes, that is a dragon.
That is a racing dragon.
Yeah, the speed dragon.
As a young woman living in a war-torn world, Faruna turns her back on her family and everything she knows about her supposed enemies to live in her dream of being an aerial racer.
Oh.
Taking up residence as a trainee on the neutral Four Winds Isle, her career takes off to a rocky start when she has to corral a group of aggressively different teammates as they learn their ins and outs of the island's unique set of rules.
This is a dragon racing book?
I mean, if anything, it's got a unique idea.
I kind of like it too. Let's turn that other shit thing and check it out.
Dragon racing. We haven't looked at an aerial racer story.
Yeah, we haven't done like a book about like a competitive thing, you know,
like a competitive, like a sport story. But this is like
dragon racing.
Dragon.
What was it called? Flight to the Finish.
Flight to the Finish. Yeah.
Got a positive bias towards this book already. Where is it? Four Winds.
Damn, boy.
Damn, boy. That is
it's a dragon, and that is a flaming
circle
with flags on it.
That means racing.
Whoa, shit.
Faruna had never
This is for my well wishes and my hell wishes.
Prologue. Faruna had never been so far from home before, and she clung apprehensively to her mother's woolen skirt as they shuffled through the bustling market lots. Though she was 8 years old, she rarely left her family's farmhouse, let alone the mainland kingdom the plot occupied. Her father always said the war prevented them from traveling, but one day he had declared they were taking a trip. After packing up some of their ranch's finest workhorses, they traveled for 3 days only to board a cramped ship that sailed across churning waters for at least another week, or so it felt to her, while she lay in a tight ball in the hold, crippled with seasickness. Why is this all in... Let's skip the prologue.
It's all in italics.
Oh my god, this is a prologue.
Is it all in italics?
This is where she learns that she wants to race.
Oh, thank God it switched out of italics. You just have the whole prologue in italics.
It's 10% of the book, that prologue.
That's a thick piece of the pie.
Well, there's got to be something cool in here. This is where she...
Maybe I'll craft a giant sword for the Weimar racer to attach to their mount. That way, if some rotten elven racer in their Pegasus comes too close, whoops! And then she slammed her fist down for more effect.
Oh, the racers drew closer and the tension gripped the gathering crowd. Everyone seemed to hold their breath in unison, and Faruna could hear her excited heartbeat pounding away inside her ears. Even the bickering shopkeepers were silent, though the tension between them had simmered enough that neither would be likely to drop the subject once the race was over. I love stories like that. This is like Ghost Rider, where it's like the thing that the story is about is like everyone in the world is interested in it.
Yeah.
It's like everyone stops what they're doing and watches the racers. Okay, there's some sort of race going on.
Elves can use Pegasus. I don't know how that's a fair race if you can use different animals.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? I mean, the animals would be different speeds, right?
Humans know how to breed griffons, I tell you. We know the value of stamina and diligence. This is a honest effort.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
But I do not want to read it.
No.
No.
It seems awful. I mean, actually, it's getting a maybe from me. Like, honestly.
At this point.
I'm sure we can pull, like,
We'll keep it on
something out of it.
Keep it on the maybe pile.
No one expects the Dragon Racer.
No, that's true. Monster Girl Farm. The Alien King's Mate. Sci-fi alien abduction romance.
Orion Warlords.
Okay.
Another Pokemon story. Definitely don't
Tales
need
of
that.
Space and Time.
Rex of the Wasteland Part 1, a serialized steamy post-apocalyptic adventure story. Steamy, you say? It might get a little bit exciting.
Okay, let's see. Han Solo children's books.
That seems real.
I'm sure Disney approved that. Remember, lessons are to help one learn from their mistakes. Dark Stallion. Cowboy Karen.
Cowboy Karen.
Orbitals. Journeys to Future Worlds. Oh, I like that. I'm not opposed to doing another sci-fi.
And in acclaimed science fiction novelist Mark Laporta's first collection of short fiction, you will meet aliens from all sectors of space-time, from insectoids to fluoroids, to beings who live outside of time. Each alien group has a different perspective on that gaggle of ape-descendant bipeds who who hail from an incongruously named planet. You'll discover fascinating beings who are repulsed by human arrogance, opposed to human bias, and perplexed by human barbarity.
Humans are bad. Aliens are good.
It's like one of those things that's like, we would be alien to aliens. Here's my hot take. Dr. Jean falls for author June. They knew it was right.
But what about
when you just underhand the title, like, fuck it, I don't care.
What about The Eyes of Love See All? The Eyes of Love See All is the second compilation of fables. Pass.
Compilation of fables? Where the moons touch, alien sky.
I like that.
In an alien world called Terra. Pass. Pass. Super pass. Hard pass. Mated. Let's do mated. Can we do mated?
No, we can't.
I think that girl got mated.
It's got 13
She got
reviews.
mated.
13 people read that and gave it 4.5 stars.
Skythane. That seems like a real book.
Yeah.
The name is too cool.
Swamp Walker, a novel.
There's Skythane and then it's Swamp Walker.
I like Swamp Walker. 3 curious events occurred in the swamps of Louisiana's Pearl River Basin, the Bottomlands, during the summer of 1997. 2 sightings of an ape-like beast were
It's a
reported
Sasquatch book!
by local swamp tours. We're going on a tour of the swamp. And an unusual photograph taken by the local fire chief, Vance Jackson.
Vance!
A few years later, Carlos O'Keefe, a Cuban-Irish misfit from Miami who just can't seem to find his place in the world.
Cuban-Irish misfit.
What?
Dr. Fred Fanning. Fanning assigns Carlos a doomed from the start project examining the genetics of invasive swamp rodents.
Oh my god, I love it already. Swamp Walker.
Smaller swamp version of the more famous Bigfoot. It's a smaller swamp version.
I want to
So it's just a monkey. Like,
It's a swamp Bigfoot. Carlos starts by meeting the infamous Julius Roman Babineau, an artistic campground proprietor who has become a local hero due to his very successful Swamp Walker publicity efforts. Mr. Babineau operates out of Cypress City, a remnant logging town, first settled by Native Americans and runaway slaves deep in the swamps of the Pearl River Basin.
Native Americans being widely known for setting up logging towns.
Oh my god. We have to look at this. Who is this
Although
man?
Cypress City's Swamp Walker Media Circus has all the appearances of a total fraud. My god. Hey, it's got a video. Author updates. Can we do that?
Oh shit.
Down in the Louisiana bayous. Please show me what the Swamp Walker looks like. Where the muddy waters. Muddy waters, what are the muddy waters gonna do? Into the ocean. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Rivers into oceans.
In the swamp.
Got it.
Yeah.
And
Beavers?
something walks in the swamp.
The swamp walk.
Please just show me what it looks like. No. These are photos he took.
It's not gonna show us.
People of the river have always known. Some of them
Oh my
may
god.
talk
Get to the point, man. These are his photos.
Oh my god. How to make a boring video.
About such a cool sounding book. Beware of the swamp.
Please say beware of this one.
For yourself.
What's there?
And it's getting dark.
Effective use of the zoom. It's really building the anticipation. Remember to lock your door.
I don't live in the swamp. What do I mean? I'm locking my door.
When you got
You botched it. You botched it, man. You made a cool trailer for your book and you botched it.
Wait. Go back to his author page. He's a PhD.
Yeah.
PhD is a research scientist and author. He is interested in the natural world. He enjoys reading thought-provoking fiction, non-fiction books that dive deep into these topics. He's a Ray Bradbury fan, apparently. This is gonna get my vote.
Swamp Walker.
Swamp Walker is getting my vote.
It's another Bigfoot one.
Power rests on the kind of knowledge that one holds. What is the sense of knowing things that are useless? They will not prepare us for the unavoidable encounter with the unknown.
Okay.
Great quotes.
Time in the bottomlands moves much more slowly than it does anywhere. In the time it takes for an old three-legged coonhound lying on the porch of a rotten wood fishing camp to lick his paw while a nearby egret takes flight from one cyrus stump to another. Entire civilizations have risen and fallen. What?
I have one last question. How long is this book? Because I could do 200 pages, but not.
250.
That's a big ask.
Yeah,
It's a big ask on
let's
it.
check out the reviews.
It's got one review.
No, it had like 11 reviews on his page. Oh, just one.
Wonderful new author. This book engages you from the start to the last page. Great review. It really tells me a lot about the story. It's hard to tell.
Maurice, they're so busy fighting I can skip half the script and light one up and take a swig. I've been dying for a smoke and a taste for an hour already. This is like a swamp book. I'm kind of into that, to be honest.
It's got swamps. That's like Hard Target. It's got Sasquatch. That's like Beast of War Reckoning. Could answer a lot of questions for us. They're hunting a small Sasquatch.
He parked his truck.
Swamp Squatch.
Yeah, Swamp Squatch.
Barnes was a veteran of World War II. He had served as both a communications specialist and a mechanic for the Marine Expeditionary Force.
Like Mark Stone. I probably could have been a musician or an artist if there weren't so much ham-fisted engineering and dysfunctional equipment in the world, not to mention dummies who smoke in bed. This is like such a bizarre book that I'm almost curious enough to read it.
If I thought the damn thing was a Bigfoot, he explained to yet another dumbass reporter, I would have run after it, beat it to death, and sold it for $6 million.
Before too long, the Vance Jackson photograph was circulated over newspapers and all over his newfangled computer thing, the internet. It is impossible to say for sure if ever there was a more unwitting and reluctant witness in the annals of Bigfoot lore. But Vance is currently the leading candidate. It was a high irony that the no-nonsense volunteer fire chief of Pearlington, Mississippi, the Marine decorated for valor at the Battle of Okinawa, was now the feature story on every UFO and news of the weird and cryptozoological website all across the World Wide Web, not to mention the Sunday edition newspapers from coast to coast. That is one of the most bizarre sentences I've ever read.
I love it when the book gets confused in its own exposition. So thoughts? It seems boring as
yeah, I don't
it
think I
seems
can
boring
read.
as batshit.
I can't read. If it was shorter, maybe, but I can't.
Maybe, yeah. But I can't do.
I hate the
I
writing.
can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
The Dorkly, Anima Ignis.
that's already a pick from me.
An ensemble of characters deal with the nature of humanity. I've seen this cover picture before.
Yeah, we've seen it.
I've seen it before.
And the perils of desires. A look into the psychosis of the world's youth through the eyes of contemporary fictional characters. Despite being armed with the supernatural and abnormal, the mind remains fragile, as the people of Matrias know full well. When the villainy is embedded in the morality of society, how does strength combat such ideas? Helpless in a world of would-be gods, a few will rise to overcome human frailties, even if just a momentary victory.
This book is
This
so
sounds
pretentious,
awesome.
but it's so
I'm gonna check it out.
yeah.
What was it called? The
The
Dorkly.
Dorkly.
Anima Ignis. That means fire mind. Fire spirit. That's Latin. That's philosophy.
For real. Let's
Let's check it out. That's a man in a swamp.
image that I've seen used before on a book cover for sure.
Yeah, let's look at the author. Make sure they're a real author. In romance. Shitty, pretentious preface. Another beautiful morning, said Tarek to no one, arising from bed full of cheer. Azrael paused again.
No.
There's nothing.
Whoops.
Dark microfiction.
The Civil War in Georgia. Nice.
By
Refresh.
category.
J.L. Miller.
Oh, this is
Yeah, now we're in the one we were in.
Son of Pestilence.
Son of Pestilence, a novel. Sebastian Morris Reed has lived as a recluse for most of his 28 years. The self-imposed isolation was necessary for protection, not for himself, but for all the rest of humanity. He was born with an immune system that takes in, holds, and then super concentrates any bacterium.
What?
Or virus he is exposed to.
He
sucks the virus up.
He slurps them in like a
Sucks
sponge.
them up, and then he what? What does he do with it? After reaching the highest degree of virulence, the microbes are released back into the world through his bodily oils and excretion. Any direct contact with another human would, in many cases, prove fatal. His curse is being the ultimate carrier of disease. His curse.
An obscure vigilante organization somehow learns of Sebastian's condition and convinces him to join their odd band of outcasts with the promise of helping him to learn to control his body's biochemistry. The organization sets out to right the world of other underground groups that oppose equal treatment of all those afflicted with physical or mental idiosyncrasies. Using unusual and extreme tactics, the group exists to fill its simple mission statement: we deal with bullies.
That's so bad. That's interesting.
That sounds like a mix between like X-Men and Dream State.
Palms for Christmas.
Doesn't it? It sounds like X-Men mixed with Dream State.
Yeah, it's going to be neither, though. It's going to be awful. I am Overlord C17500. Big Thousand World. That's a translation.
Yeah, that's another fake book. Waves, a galactic saga, the final chapter.
Hunt for Friendship. Unofficial Minecraft comic. Death cults.
Ramblings.
Ancient vampire death cults and other annoyances.
What about Ramblings of a Madman?
Oh, great.
What about that? Science fiction and fantasy poetry.
No.
Care about poetry. Think Blue, Count 2. No.
Edgeworld, Undying Mercenaries. Undying Mercenaries.
Book 14. Black Shonen.
The Adventures of Tom Clarkson. Welcome to the Dinosaur Age.
That's like a kid's thing, maybe. Tales of the Jazz Age. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Real author. The Beetle. Mystery.
You implying that these other authors aren't?
The Beetle, a Mystery, is an 1897 horror novel by the British writer Richard Marsh, in which a polyamorous. He has a beetle with multiple partners.
Around.
Polymorphous ancient Egyptian entity seeks revenge on a British member of parliament. Is this like a real old book or?
Might be. I think it's like a scam,
Scam thing. Birth of a Burning Star, Book 9, the Burning Star series. Wurtzer Experiments, short story. Three Seas, Gemini.
I'll bite.
What?
Twin Worlds split apart. On one side, the Guardians of Altatima, fighting crime across the entire continent. On the other, the fallen angel sailing the seas and enforcing justice over the lawless blue. Both largely different realms share but one thing in common, the prized mirror portal, which keeps them connected. See, you thought this was going to be a metaphor, but no, it's a literal portal.
It's literal, yeah.
Stranded away from each other, the twin water elementals, Gemini, take it to heart to re-establish the link between their worlds.
This is like so high concept, it makes no sense. Pass.
I don't know, G. Looks pretty good.
We'll keep it open.
Hero Gamer.
Oh my god.
Hero Gamer. Jared is a regular high schooler with a job washing dishes. Yeah, I know that game. The only escape from his boring, ordinary life comes from a video game. My only escape from my boring life is a video game. Jared orders called Hero's Destiny. Jared orders called Hero's Destiny. Many players find fame and fortune playing the game. However, Jared finds himself as one of the unlucky few who seems even more ordinary in the game than he does in reality.
Watch as he adjusts to life as a celebrity.
Follow Jared as his adventure takes a huge turn after discovering a dangerous side to the game. Watch as he adjusts to it. Yeah, he becomes a celeb. I thought he sucked at the game.
Virtual reality, stupid thing.
The Batman Funny Collection. These are real books, everyone.
Prom Spy. Genderbender Tales.
I'll buy it. Issue number 1 in the Genderbender series. Genderbender Tales.
A gender shifter comic romance.
Comic romance.
What if your best friend had an evil secret? Even worse, what would you do if the feds kidnapped you and forced you to spy on him? As a woman?
It's a twist of prom comic series with a gender transformation twist.
It's not a twist, you just told me.
Yeah, the whole time I'm reading that book, I'm just going to be waiting for the gender bend.
Raptor 1.
Good use of the...
A story of friendship between a human being and a raptor. Trust earned and adventures on Earth.
Seems to be written by a young child.
Just so stories.
Rudyard Kipling.
Okay, a bunch of re-releases and fake books. Planet.
The planet.
It's the planet.
The planet.
We can create beings superior to us in every way, but should we?
It's 3 pages long.
Oh my god. Leaves are not very satisfying.
Baja Janusi.
130 pages.
The battle for the universe has turned. The once small colony of Bara Janusi has pushed outward and continues to move further off through space, pushing away the Nibel with increased proficiency. That offensive moves to regions of unknown into sectors where there are others with their own methods of resistance. Resistance that meets any that isn't known. Those resisting against the common enemy don't find that they are welcome. Was this written by a human?
Leaves are not satisfying. Rose in a million. Like, Leaves Are Not Satisfying sounds like one of those fake titles, like Depth of Reality.
Yeah. Dull Harbor?
1056. Can we just, like, look at it? Because it sounds so bad.
Leaves are not very satisfying. I agree. Like, I mean...
I know. I've never been satisfied by a leaf.
A leaf has never once satisfied me.
We can also look at that other one. What was it? The Son of Pestilence.
Oh, great.
The Son of Pestilence.
The Republic of Oz Rogue.
iVirus Publishing.
Trustworthy.
71 chapters. Oh my god.
Trustworthy. Synopsis.
Yeah, we read that.
Somewhere rural northeastern United States, Sebastian heard the bell just as he was about to take his first sip. Had the faint sound chimed a few seconds earlier, it would have been drowned out by the whooshing noise of the Keurig machines as it finished its cycle. Not that it would have mattered. Carl always rang the bell a few times. Reluctantly, Sebastian put down the steaming mug of Peruvian dark roast and headed toward the front door.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Could you write a more boring introduction to a story about a man who is a virus sponge?
Oh, this is Son of Pestilence. I thought
Yeah.
this was the other one. I was like, damn.
No, let's see that one. What was it called? I've already forgot. Leaves are not very satisfying. This is going to be a jumbled nonsense book.
Why would you assume such a thing? A work of fiction.
Copyright.
Very legal there.
I wake to many sounds. The first I am aware of is the flatulence excreted near my head.
It is followed by the sound of fat feet thumping on the ground and snorts of the grunts of glee that are not uncommon from the Igets and Inni. Sounds that have often followed the sort of act or when they watch another suffer. It is not just the one that has pressed its backside against the crack beside me. There are many feet stomping. They move their feet constantly. If they are startled or frightened or stunned and they stop, they fall over, unable to remain upright without their What in the world?
I can't read. Like,
what in the world?
I can't read that.
What is going on?
None of these books are really speaking to me.
No, we need that winner. We need a winner. The Chronicles of Dog Control, Book 2. You don't want to read that?
No. I want to read something that's not like a clear joke. Anoa.
Exist. Grieve Chronic. Grieve Chronic.
What
I
is
love
Banoa?
I love combo words like Grieve Chronic. Before the world as we know it came to be, there was another. A land of myth and magic. A world in which spirits and great monsters roamed the land. This world of fairies and war was home to so many, and yet so few. But one man, a fisherman from the small town of the south of his humble kingdom, would turn out to be the most important of them all. Banoa is a story of magic and war. Banoa is a tale of triumph and hardship. Banoa is an idea. Because Banoa is what came before.
This is like someone's attempt to write like a James Cameron Avatar thing, or like a Clash of the Blue Demons.
This has got me. I was always a man of few ambitions, I suppose. I did as I was told. I succeeded in my work, and I never disappointed my king. Going back all the way to my childhood, I wanted nothing more to uphold my oaths, fulfill my duties to the crown. I'd never thought about my life any differently than that. Born to service the king, to do as commanded, never any less, always ready to do more. But in reality, the small part of my life where... Yeah, tell me, pop. A baby. He couldn't have been older than 2 weeks, and with the king stepping out behind him, there was only one conclusion.
Prostrate yourselves and rejoice.
This is a book by VS.
It could be, yeah. Well, I want to see a Grieve Chronic.
Yeah,
a little girl who could turn wounds to water climbs through a mirror to help a broken boy break free. But in the world of their wildest dreams, the nightmares of above pick up on the sense of those scheduled for slaughter below, and all hell breaks loose.
I'm sold. I'm
Something has to die for inner worlds to exist. There exists a place where we can escape the nightmares of life, a peace in the madness that must be entered to meet the ones within us capable of our highest crimes and lowest glories. You can't overcome the demons in your past until you make peace with the strange beauty housed within it.
Wow.
Exist Grieve Chronic.
This one has a look inside.
What?
What is it? What's going on today? Like, what is going
it's like,
on?
You get that twice, just reverse.
Yeah. Flip it up on me.
There are some weird books today.
Exist.
Grief Chronic. Grief Chronic. For the wild love that God had, cover me all the way through, and for every Christian who helped this get here on time.
What? What?
Okay.
Slam me again with that. Chapter 1. Anuki reached the riverbank and looked around. The air smelled of little boy and rose pear. We have to read this. Yeah, we have to read this.
And peanut butter, she said, wriggling her nose. Suddenly she heard soft snoring. She tiptoed over, parted the reeds, and found him asleep on the floor on the other side of the looking glass, a plate of cookies next to his head, and the remnants of peanut butter pie smeared across his face. She looked over her shoulder, then slid her hand.
What is a peanut butter pie?
Gabriel.
Yeah,
woke with a jump as she tried to climb out of the mirror. He took her hand and pulled her across. She shyly dusted at the crumbs on his face. What took you so long? He whispered. I almost thought. I said I wasn't going to forget, she shyly whispered back. They sat and stared at each other sheepishly for a long time. After finally exchanging names, then ate cookies in silence on his nest of bedding on the floor. Anukai motioned to his chest. Show me, she said simply. But it's going to... He started nervously. It won't hurt. Yes. Look, this isn't easy. Coward, punk, bastard. I'm not saying that. Crybaby. Started to crest inside him and showed up as finely printed welts of shame on his skin.
I'm sorry, she whispered. What? I want to read this book.
Yeah, let's...
It's too crazy.
Yeah, this is bizarre. I say we give it a shot. 190 pages.
190 pages. $16 for the paperback. 17, really. $17 for a paperback version. That's steep.
Clear out some of these trash bugs. I think we
Leaves
may...
are not very satisfying.
Yeah, I think we may...
We can do that later.
I think we might have found our book in...
Whatever in the world this is.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, you know?
What was it called? I so easily forget the names of these books.
Exist. It's called Exist.
Exist.
Grief
Chronic.
Chronic. I mean, that's good. That just works for us because it's got a great title, and that's all we need to make an episode, really.
And yeah, that we can kind of stumble through whatever the fuck it's supposed to be about.
Yep.
At least it'll be interesting. It's more interesting than a high ranch tale of a murdered veterinarian
and a ex-sheriff that have to work together to solve someone's weight problem. Or her other story where a retired cop meets up with a ranch specialist at a veterinarian clinic, and they have to solve the mystery before they're the next pets to be put down.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So we have our book. We have Exist, and
yeah. And if you see that we have titled our next episode something else, it's because we dumped this in the trash
immediately. Yeah, we'll pick up X-Shell's Secret, I think.
Yeah. But we are going to stream while we read it, I think.
Yeah.
So if you want to, yes,
reading a book,
babble through a nonsense book that might have an interesting story somewhere inside of it. Try to pull out.
Yeah, wow.
About a boy in a mirror, and
this room smells of little boy. It smells. I can smell it.
I can smell him and his peanut butter pie face.
What is a peanut butter pie?
I don't know.
Is it a pie with just peanut butter in it?
I don't know. Okay, well, we will see you guys soon. I don't know when.
I don't know how quickly we can get through this one. Yeah. This is a real monster book.
Maybe we'll try to read it on Wednesday or something.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes.
Wednesday, most likely, I think, will be the best day. And then every other day after that will be good.
Tune in sometime soon for the reading of Exist Grieve Chronic. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Jesus.